Here we are on Gran Turismo 7. We are in the GT Auto Car Maintenance and Service menu, and there is a oil change option. So if you want to change the oil of your car, you can. And people say that there is a 2 to 3 horsepower difference when the oil is new versus when the oil is old. And we're gonna see if that's true, and if it is true, we're gonna see how big of a difference it is. So we're going to take this souped up Aventador on Special Stage Route X. We're going to compare the lap times on the different oil conditions. So right now, this has excellent oil condition. All right, starting the flying lap, and so there's only 3 oil conditions: excellent, normal, and worn. So we will compare all 3 sessions. So we'll compare the best lap times, what's the top speed that the car can go, and and just see what kind of a difference it will make. So as you can see here, the track Route X is a nearly 19-mile long oval. So yeah, since there are no, since you don't have to shift the car's at pretty much top speed for most of the lap. You don't have to brake. There's not many sharp turns, so the driver factor is almost completely out of the equation. So trying to get a nice fair, a nice fair comparison. So, but there is one big hill on the front stretch there, and the car actually reaches 270 coming down that hill, but then it falls back down to 267. That is the car's top speed, and so we kind of stay at 267 for most of the lap. And going through the corners here, just because of the banking, and you do have to turn very so slightly, the car actually does lose some speed here and actually falls to about 265, 266, and it stays in 265, I believe, for the whole corner. And I think it won't be until turn 2 where we actually fall into 264 miles per hour. And here you can actually see the car, want to dip below 265 just for a brief second in turn 1. But when we get back onto the back stretch here, the car will very slowly pick up speed and get back to its top speed of 267. And there it goes. Very slowly, but the car was able to do it. So fast forward to turn 2. There's the car, like I said, dropped down to 264 just for a brief moment, but then coming back onto the front straight here, and we are going to get a lap time of 415.384. So that is the lap time of the excellent oil condition. Alright, next session we are going to test the car out in normal oil condition and just make sure that the car that the condition of the oil is in fact normal. There it is right there. You can see it in the bottom left. Okay, here we are, starting the flying lap, and right away you can see that the car doesn't actually hit 267 top speed anymore. It actually only gets to 266. So already a 1 miles per hour difference, just because the oil isn't new anymore. And we will see if it will reach a top speed of 270 coming down the hill. So right here you can see the car start to lose a little bit of speed trying to get up the hill. And it is a massive hill, so as soon as we get to the crest and start to work our way back down, we'll start to pick up speed again. 265, 66, 67. We'll keep on going up. 270. But only for like a few seconds. It did not seem as long. The the car didn't hold 270 as long as it did when the oil was new. So that is something to think about. And right there, you saw the car was at 267 coming from the hill, but it goes back to 266. So the car just can't do 267 anymore. And going into turn 1 here, I think we will find another noticeable difference. Car's at 265, 265. Turn the corner, see 264 there, and it actually holds at 264 for quite a while. And you know, you could maybe take into account I did kind of move up the track a little bit right there, and also a little bit earlier, so that could have been a factor, but it could have not. And then as we can see here, you know, the car starts to pick up speed coming out of the corner, and it does take a while to even hit 266 again. So yeah, so this is the car. You know, this is all that the car can do with the oil. And since we're going 1 miles per hour slower for the whole straights here, and also one slower in the corners, that will reflect the lap time. But the question is, how much of a difference will it be on a 4-minute lap? Alright, coming out of the corner, as you can see, only going 264, picking up speed again, and we will get a lap time of a 416.052. So that is over a half a second slower than the brand new oil. So, you know, for a track where you're at top speed for most of the time, and the lap time is over 4 minutes long, and it's a half a second difference with little to no driver factor involved, is it really worth it? I don't know. Alright, back to the menu here, and we will see, we're about to take the test on the worn engine oil condition. Alright, here we go, starting our flying lap of the worn engine oil. I actually did 1 lap already, and that was a 417.1, but I actually grazed the wall just a little bit, so I'm going to try 1 more. And right away you can notice that the car is only at 265 miles per hour. So yeah, 267 was the top speed of the new oil. 66 was the top speed of the normal condition, and we dropped 1 more miles per hour to a 265 miles per hour top speed because of the engine oil was worn. And we do have that big hill, and so let's see, you know, let's see the difference here as well. So we are still picking up speed, 269, and we actually don't hit 270 at all. So the top speed of this car is 267, but nope, it drops down 266, and you can see, yep, right there, 265. So just because of the oil condition, you know, we do actually lose a little bit of power because we're not able to go as fast. So, you know, so 267 is the car's top speed on flatland, and it's 270 coming down that hill there, and the same story here in the corners. The car actually gets to 263 miles per hour. So that is 1 miles per hour slower than the normal condition, and that is 2 miles per hour slower than the brand new oil. So yeah, so this will definitely reflect on the lap time. And so coming out of the corner, we get back to 264, and I mean, you can just see that the car really takes a while just to even get back up to 265. And yeah, right there it clicks. Skipping ahead to the end of the lap, 263 miles per hour through the final corner, and then slowly picking up speed to cross the line. So the difference with worn engine oil is a 4 minute and 17.0 lap time. So with worn oil, you get a 417.0. With normal oil, you get a 416.0. And with brand new oil, you get a 415.38. So if you're racing on worn oil, you're over a second and a half slower than you would be if you were on brand new oil, and you are almost a full second slower than you would be if you were on the normal condition of the oil. So, you know, this track Route X, there is, you can see that ever so slight difference. So, if you're racing at just this track, you definitely want to make sure that your oil is the cleanest. But if you're racing at a real track, the car is probably down maybe 4 or 5 horsepower. You're probably not gonna notice a difference. I mean, we're talking like milliseconds here of a difference just because the straights on a real track are definitely not as long as the 18-mile long oval that we did this test on. But that being said, it is a race, so you do want to be the fastest as possible. So, just keep your oil. I mean, what is it? 400 credits to change your oil. So, yeah, that's easily affordable. So just change your oil every like 5 or so races. So yeah, so I mean, and even if you do forget about it, it's not that much of a difference. But if you're going into like a really important race, or like a WIG race, or if you're in a time trial, you definitely want to make sure that that your oil is on excellent condition. So